Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made or how to make clunk kicks. So this is an example. Okay, so I loaded up my project where I make my kicks. I used an OPS crunch for this. It wasn't this crunch, but yeah. So pretty much this is the kick right here by itself. Okay, pretty much you're gonna want to open a Serum. Okay, so I have Serum open, and this is what I did. It's not as complicated, but for oscillator A, I just left it alone. Just put a regular saw, and then the LFO one, I put this this fucking wavetable, I guess you can call it. But yeah, just copy this or make your own or something. Uh, make it a little bit more. Put it on 3 just to make the kick or the punch a little bit longer. But yeah, this is for the. I used the transient, a different transient, but if you want to keep the transient from that punch, just put put the first one here and then the second one a little lower for the actual punch. But yeah, and then I put this on the the course pitch. And on matrix I put LFO1 on master tune and change this to just go forward. Not Don't leave it like this, because then I mean sometimes it sounds good, sometimes it doesn't. Well, this one gives it more of a character to the punch, and then this one just gives it more transient. But I mean, it's up to you what you want to do. But yeah, I also connected this to the level, put the random down, uh, put the LFO on the level just to give it a little like sub on the punch. So you don't have to add it in later, and then but yeah, and then added a basic shapes, and then pitched it down 3 times, and then put a sync on it with or sync no window, and then kind of found the right spot for it, and then also put this LFO1 on the level, and then put an LN12 on it, and I didn't put it on the oscillator A, because if I do, it just messes with the whole kick. See, I only put it on B, and then I put the filter key track, so that way it kind of, you can put it on a lower frequency, so and it'll still have a higher pitch, I guess you can say. That's how I see it. But yeah, if you wanted a certain key, just open up like an EQ. I prefer Fab Filter because it actually shows you the key, or I guess it shows you the key on parametric, but I have mine in F5, so this is at 702 hertz, but around like let me see, 350, 340, yeah, 340. It's F as well, so that's what I have it at around here. Or this is at 440, but it depends what punch or what key you want your punch, to be honest. But yeah, I also put a compressor on it, and I just turned up the threshold to or negative 11.4 dB, ratio at 1.1, attack I left it alone, release I put it at like 406, gain I left it alone, turned on multiband compression, and then just to give it a little bit of stereo-ness, I turned on the rate and turned the mix to 35 and put the unison at 2, and then I think I left the detune alone. Maybe not. Let me see. I guess I did put it at 30. Or maybe it is at 30, I don't know. But yeah. And then put distortion on it, put a diode, turned it all the way up, and put a flanger just to give it like more character to it, and then put the resonance at 25, put the drive at 25, and that's pretty much it for the effects. And then yeah, I think I covered everything. And then yeah, so pretty much I just played it, the punch, dragged it, see, cut the tail, I guess you could say the tail of it, and then let me grab like let me grab this punch or this tail. I'm tripping. So it's down. So to get the reverb it's pretty easy. Just here, I think what punch I have it on too. Okay, so for the mixer I have a quad image just to make the frequencies wider. And then I put I put a wider on it just to make it a tiny bit more wider. And then this is my EQ just to get rid of harsh frequencies. Well, that was for this punch, but just mess with it. Yeah, just mess with it, try and find a good sound just so there isn't harsh frequencies. And I put a fruity wave shaper just so it doesn't go over 0 dB. It doesn't have clipping on it, but yeah, or it doesn't clip. Okay, and then I just put a reverb on it, which is I just put it on a different mixer track. I just put a Fab Filter Pro R. You don't have to have this plugin, but this is the one I use. But I pretty much I just route to this track only where the reverb's at, and then I get an Edison on the master. See, and then I just play it. And then I just drag it in. Shit, let me do that. And then I cut the tail of it, just keep the beginning, and I reverse, normalize, I stretch, put it on stretch mode, and I put the time at none so that way it doesn't extend or get shortened. And I just click S, and then I just drag the sample to where I think it'll sound good. And then I'll click on this little corner and go to automate, volume, do a little like wavetable, or I guess a wave, or I don't know how to say it, but an automation clip like this. So that way it's like, shit, I forgot to, okay. So it's like this, as you can see, and then I have a mixer channel for this already. Okay, so what I put on the reverb is an MSED, and I put the side gain at -5.0 and then the mid gain at 6.0, and then I leave everything the same so that way it gives it like a mono sound. So that way if your song's getting played in mono, you'll be able to hear the reverb still. But yeah, that's just a simple like stereo image, I guess you could say. And then for the EQ, I took off all the lows and turned down a little bit of the 3Ks. This is where you have to hear your reverb wherever there's like so okay, yeah, and then just put a crunch in tail, and then obviously this tail isn't the greatest, but you know, or at least for this punch, the one that I used was let me see, I have it down here somewhere. It was here, crunches. One of these. Might have been this one, I think. Let me see. If it's not saved on here, then it was definitely not. It was one of these though, so just so it gives it like a kind of like a clap long type of sound. for the EQ, for the, at least for the tail, I just took, I put a wider on it just to make it a little bit wider, and then I put a thing for the high end. So I'm gonna open it up a little bit more because this is a different tail. And then I got rid of some of these frequencies. It just makes it sound cleaner. And then got rid of these frequencies just to get rid of that muddiness it comes with, you know. And then the 30Q, I added a side at 100 hertz and then a 30 hertz low cut. I turned up a little bit of the sub, and then put the linear phase low, and then I put a wave shaper at the end so it doesn't clip. It might have been this song. Yeah, that's how I made this punch, or the clunk kicks, I guess you can say. They already has really nice transient on this punch, so I really don't have to change it. You also, if there's harsh frequencies on your punch, obviously get rid of them. Yeah, so just to make it a little bit cleaner, I turn down a little bit of 345s, because that's where it's peaking, and usually those sounds are like, this kind of makes it sound a little cleaner. And then if it needs some highs, turn up highs. Obviously, if it doesn't need highs, turn it low, a little bit lower, and then just pretty much EQ everything from your kick. And then all together, you got yourself a good sounding kick. That's pretty much how you make those clunk kicks. Just I'll probably, I don't know if you guys have Serum or not, but if you guys do have Serum, I'll probably leave the patch for this for the clunk kicks, and you guys can mess around with it and do what you guys want with it. And yeah, and then yeah, that's pretty much how you make a clunk kick. For those of you guys that wanted to sound like the Straikerz, there you go. But yeah, I'll see you guys probably in 8 years when I make another tutorial. See you guys.